I am super excited about this tarot. I've been waiting for it to come in. This is by Brink, which has a literacy project. So this was a collaboration with a bunch of incredible authors, and these authors were in charge of pairing a tarot card with a classic book. So we have names like Margaret Atwood, Stephen Fry, Roxane Gay, Patrick Rothfuss, Celeste Ning. Absolutely stunning box. If you open it up, this tells you a little bit more about the Brink project, which I absolutely love. You have this stunning literacy tarot book that does, by the way, have the embossing on it. So it's not just like this gold or whatever. This is actually all embossed, so you can feel the texture. And then it walks you through the book that is chosen, as well as who chose it and the meaning. And these meanings are extremely straightforward. The reason that I initially was drawn to this before I knew anything else about it was someone read from the actual guidebook, and the meanings were just so forthright that I was just like, this is incredible. Like, they did such a great job with this. Now, it is a little bit different from the classic RWS, because instead of swords and wands, etc., you have, I think it's books and quills and candles and parchment, and I love that. So let's take a look at this stunning deck. So the first thing I noticed about this deck that I just absolutely loved was the glittery gilding. I don't know if you can see that, but like, it's actually glittery, which is stunning. And then the backs, which is a little bit holographic in addition to that gold, and it is that textured feel, which I love. Same with the front. Now, I believe this kind of looks like Don Quixote for the Fool, which would completely make sense, but let's look and see, because I'm curious. The philosophy behind the literary tarot. Like any great book, tarot offers us the opportunity to critically evaluate our own lives. Do we see similarities between our personalities and the characters before us? Do we sense similar plot twist or the outcome of a tragic flaw approaching? Do the triumphs of our heroes push us to open our own hearts to forgiveness, exploration, or even an epic Shakespearean love? These are the same questions we ask ourselves when pulling cards from the tarot. Be open to the insights each literary pairing might spark, and always remember, you are the author of your own future. By writing in new chapters or committing to heavy revisions, you always reshape your story. I absolutely love that. Okay, let's look. Kind of tells you how to do some readings here. Major Arcana, the Fool, Don Quixote, and this was chosen by Patrick Rothfuss. It says, they say you are mad, but your eyes burn with the fire of inner vision. You love not wisely, and often not well, but you give the whole of your heart. You dare, you dream, you make falling look like flying. But know this, if your head is in the clouds, you need a friend with you to guide your feet on the ground. A kite needs a string. I love that so much. Then we have the Magician, which is Journey to the West. Oh, look how stunning that is. Welcome to the banquet of immortals. You are not a guest, but a thief, harvesting heavenly power, returning to earth with full belly and a penchant for party crashing in your hands. Willpower, desire, skill, ability, manifestation. Why wait for an invitation to the banquet? Oh, it's stunning. We have the High Priestess. King Lear by William Shakespeare. Now, I'm not going to read the details of each one, but I am going to tell you what book each of them is from, because I am super curious about that. Let me move this over slightly so you can read this if you want to. but I am just going to tell you which book it's from at least. The Empress is from The Wife of Bath's Tale by Chaucer. That's beautiful. The Emperor. Oh, this is by an Agatha Christie novel. I love that. And I like, oh, we have like a little body sketch here, and I love that it still has the sun coming up behind. This is interesting because it almost has like this idea of the post-death card symbolism, like a reborn. The Hierophant, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Oh, that's interesting that they chose Nemo for this. The Lovers, The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. The Chariot is Treasure Island. Strength is The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Let's see. Is there anything you cannot do? It needn't matter if others see you for who you truly are. You know yourself, indeed, even as the strangeness of the world presses in, you've the mettle to survive it. Oh, that's super interesting. The Hermit, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Interesting. Tenderly you observe the world from afar, learning and growing, enlarging the world within you. The Wheel of Fortune, okay. Vanity Fair. Now, I've read a lot of these books already, but I haven't read them all. This is a very interesting one. I like how they still keep the traditional symbolism at the bottom that's typically in all four corners. So they do clearly acknowledge the esoteric meanings of the card. Justice is the Count of Monte Cristo. Now that is an absolute perfect card. Oh, I love how the reversed has, let's see if you can see that. I love how the reversed has the the negative, like the actual causation to it. That's really cool. The Hanged Man. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock by T.S. Eliot. Oh god, it's been a very long time since I've read that. Oh, that's really cool. With the Teacup. Pausing isn't always being passive. Sometimes it's an opportunity to reflect, prepare, heal, or change your perspective. Take a moment to contemplate. Love that. Dracula by Bram Stoker. That's stunning. And I love that it's transformations, because obviously, like, Dracula is a vampire, so the transformation of change into a vampire. Temperance, The Cold Equations by Tom Goodwin. I have not read this one yet. I think at some point I might have to draw a tarot card from this deck to decide which classic I'm going to read. Moby Dick I did start and I do own, but I haven't quite finished it yet. My sister-in-law did like a Read Moby Dick in a year thing. There was supposedly a Substack challenge for it. Now this one's super interesting because I see how the obsession could cause that chaos and the addiction over finding the great white whale. The Tower is The Outsider by H.P. Lovecraft. Wow. So interesting. Emily of New Moon by Ellen Montgomery. Okay, I have not. Thank you, Amal, for choosing this one because I have not seen this card. I haven't seen this book be referenced very often, and it's absolutely one of my favorites. Okay, I think I want to say this is Alice because of the rabbit, but I don't know. Let's see. Yes, it is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. For the Moon. And then we have the sun, which is Black Beauty, because of course it is. Make your own joy, optimism. Oh, I love the sunflowers there. Judgment. Dante's Inferno. Oh, let's see. It says, just as Dante and Virgil descended throughout the 9 circles of hell, you are forced to reevaluate your beliefs about yourself and the world around you. Take this time to reflect on your purpose. A reckoning is just around the corner. See, I love this book. It's so straightforward. The World, Le Morte d'Arthur. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lev Grossman, for pairing that. And of course, I think that's Morgana. What? Wow. Okay. Le Morte d'Arthur is probably one of my favorite books. And then we have the Minor Arcana. Okay, so we have Wands to Ink. This suit corresponds with passion, willpower, and inspiration. Our tarot ink represents these ideas swimming in our minds, crafting the energy that we can transform into something tangible. So we have like the spills of ink here. Cups to light. This suit corresponds with the inner world, emotions, imagination, intuition. Interesting. See, I would have done wands as light because of the fire, cups to ink because of the water, swords to quills makes sense, pentacles to parchment makes sense, but these two I would have switched around. Oh, because emotions would be more of that swirling passion, and I feel like the wands and the creativity would be more of that like fire, like you're burning the candle at both ends trying to do that creativity. So that's the one thing that I don't like about this deck, is that those two seem like they were kind of done opposite of what they should have been, in my opinion. But we have Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. Thank you, Terry Brooks, for choosing that. Peter Pan is also one of my favorite childhood books. I remember when I first read this, that night I dreamt I went to Neverland, and it was solidified as my favorite classic childhood book. Then we have Tinkerbell. I also love that there is an actual, there's not a, I also love that there's, you know, representation in these cards. We have the Jungle Book for 2 of ink. Planning, making decisions. You know, we have that curiosity. What's he gonna do? He has 2 choices. 3 of inks, A Room with a View. Aww. Momentum, confidence. Now 3 typically, that creativity, this technically means expansion. King of Elfland's Daughter for 4 of ink. Community home celebrations. Yep, that's beautiful. 5 of ink, we have Scarlet Pimpernel. I didn't enjoy this book as much. Conflict, competition, aggression, rivalry. I love how that's shown with the light and dark sides. The Iliad, Homer. I know everyone is a fan of Homer. I found this book exhausting, but it definitely fits the feeling. 7 of ink. Oh, I'm going to butcher this name. Bisclavre? I'm not sure, but that's super interesting. I think if that meaning has been a little bit changed for the 7 of inks, because this is more of an introspection card. 8 of ink, Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. Movement, speed, progress. That seems more like the 8. Because inks are wands, right? Is that what we decided? Inks are wands? Yeah. So this, I feel like would have been better for... Oh, this is the 8 of inks. Okay. I'm tired. 9 of ink. The most dangerous game. Find yourself exhausted. Yep. 10 of inks. The Scarlet Letter of Romance by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Burden, stress, obligation. Yep. That tracks. Did they give her little horns or eyes on top of her head? Oh no, that's just a highlight of her hair. I was like, what is going on with that? Beautiful. The design for this is actually stunning. I don't know how I feel about it for 10 of inks because she can't really shrug off the burden necessarily. Well, I guess she could. It's been a while since I read that book. I think there was a chance for her to deny it. Page of ink. Magic, the Magic Mountain. This is the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. So yes, that definitely is very fitting. Queen of ink. Oh, that's stunning. I'm a sucker for these sunflowers that they have on here. Pride and Prejudice. Oh, interesting. Oh, very interesting. The War of Worlds by H.G. Wells. And it says, to truly innovate, to create entire worlds, you must be dauntless. You must harness the power. There's nothing that can stop you, extraterrestrial or otherwise. Ace of Light. So light is the... Which one was light? How am I forgetting already? Cups. Okay. So cups typically deal with emotions. So let's look at this. Carmilla. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this one is super interesting because this is the predecessor to Dracula. Oh, I love that. Okay, that's amazing. 2 of Light, Emma by Jane Austen. Oh, unity, partnership, attraction, connection, close bonds. That works beautifully. 3 of Light, community. Okay, let's look at that. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Oh, that's cute. 4 of Light. Bartleby the Scrivener by Melville. Apathy, contemplation, melancholy, boredom, indifference. So in other words, ennui. 5 of Light. The Great Gatsby by Fitzgerald. Erin Morgenstern chose this one. Okay, I love Erin Morgenstern. So, loss, grief, disappointment, sadness, mourning. Oh, interesting. 6 of Light. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Nostalgia, memories. Yep. 7 of Light. Midsummer Night's Dream by Shakespeare. Interesting. Illusion fantasy. That so works beautifully. If you know, you know. If you haven't, go read A Midsummer Night's Dream. Just that scene that they're depicting. I'm not going to give spoilers, but that fits perfectly. Paradise Lost by John Milton. Okay. 8 of Light. Oh. Wow. That's powerful. 9 of Light, Anne of Green Gables. Oh, we have 2 different people who chose Ella Montgomery. I love that. Wishes Coming True. Oh, because she got her dress with the puff sleeves. So cute. And I love how they chose the Christmas scene because it has the little candles on the tree. Mrs. Dalloway. Okay, so Mrs. Dalloway has been on my list. I do technically own the book. I need to read it. Like I said, I think this is going to have to be one of those things where, like, I'm going to let the tarot choose my next read. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I love Great Expectations so much. It's probably my favorite Dickens book, I'm not going to lie. It's just so freaking funny. Tom Jones as the Knight of Light. Oh, that works great. So far I'm agreeing with most of these. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte's Queen of Light. Oh, interesting. This book was a little exhausting, but it was really well written. The Odyssey by Homer, another one. I'm not a Homer fan. Come at me, but also I'll begrudgingly say it works. Ace of Quills. So quills is swords. That is easy to remember. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. That's beautiful. Okay, Sophocles. We have Antigone by Sophocles here. Interesting. We have Three of Quills as The Monkey Paw. Have not read that one, but now I'm interested. There's a rupture in your life. Okay. Walden. Oh, we have Walden by Henry David Thoreau. Oh, I love that. This is officially going to be my favorite card. Look at that beautiful scenery. Also, I'm a sucker for Henry David Thoreau. Thank you, Valerie Sanfilippo. Five of Quills. Crime and Punishment? Okay, Crime and Punishment is probably my favorite classic of all time. Oh, that's amazing. And I do blame Dostoevsky and Chekhov both for developing my serial killer book interest from a psychological, not gore standpoint. Hence why I typically read a lot of books with women serial killers, because it does focus on that psychology more. The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka is Six of Quills. Or Six of Swords. That is a terrifying card. I love that. Seven of Quills is The Black Cat by Edgar Allan Poe. Oh, that's so interesting. That's a good story too. The Yellow Wallpaper. Oh my goodness. Eight of Quills. Victimization, helplessness, and prisoners, feeling paralyzed. Okay, typically, I don't know if I agree with this one, because typically this is a feeling or a perception. And I feel like in The Yellow Wallpaper, and it's been a couple years, but if my recollection is correct, she actually is trapped, and this isn't just made up in her head. But that's a super interesting one. Nine of Quills, Macbeth. Oh gosh. 10 of Quills, Heart of Darkness. And then we have Page of Quills, The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. Oh, beautiful. Oedipus Rex by Sophocles. Oh gosh, that's funny. Queen of Quills is Beowulf. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Now is the time for resilience and compassionate strength. Stand within your deepest self. Interesting, okay. If you haven't read Beowulf, do it. It's worth it. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Oh, that's beautiful. I love the butterflies. Meditations is a good one. Also, it's really short. So is Beowulf. So if you're looking for some classics, read them. The Secret Garden, Ace of Parchment. Okay, Parchment. Let's see, we've done Swords, Pentacles. Hello. Oh, the discovery of something. This makes me want to reread The Secret Garden. I'm definitely gonna have to do a tarot pull for reading classics now. Oh, I definitely have not read Blood in the Mist by Hope Mirlius, I'm gonna say. Oh, it's a really cool card though. Three of Parchment is The Three Musketeers. Oh, I love that. Okay. Christmas Carol. Oh, interesting. The Possessiveness, Materialism. Whew. Persuasion. That's interesting. See, that one, that's interesting. Six of Parchment is Les Miserables. Oh, love that. Seven of Parchment, The Lost World by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. We got two Sir Arthur Conan Doyles in here. The Eight of Parchments is Le Fantôme de l'Opéra by Gaston Leroux. I doubt I pronounced that correctly. I'm so sorry. My French is non-existent. The Pillow Book. Have not read this one either. See, that's going to be super fun. Gentlemen prefer blonde. I've seen the movie for this. I didn't actually know it was a book, so there you go. Oh, I love that. When you have become educated, it is very likely that diamonds will come your way. If you haven't, you've heard of this with Marilyn Monroe and diamonds are a girl's best friend. You've definitely heard of this. Page Apartment, Romeo and Juliet. Interesting. Okay, I like this because the reverse says foolishness, immature, mischances, irresponsible, lazy, that things can fall apart. That's a very good one because of the reverse, because I'm like, this did not have a happy ending. So that's good. Knight of Parchments, a Princess of Mars. Okay, that's just really cool. Queen of Parchment, the Snow Queen. Dang. King of Parchment, the picture of Dorian Gray. Okay, that's amazing. Anyway, definitely scan that if you're more interested in the literary project. I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a minute and just attempt to. These cards are very stiff. Like, these are very thick cards, and I don't want to bend them. So we're going to try to find a way to shuffle these without hurting them, because I actually really want to keep this one nice. This is not going to be a daily deck for me. Whoop. And I want to do an introductory spread real quick and just see what these cards tell me about themselves, because I always find that super interesting. And I've also found it very accurate in the past. So we're going to do that. Yes, I'm shuffling in a very strange way, but like I said, these are very thick cards, and I really do not want to damage them. So the easiest way to do this would just be to bend them. I don't want to bend them. I mean, I might go ahead and just do it once. Let's see. I also don't know, because these are so thick, if I can get my hand. Oh. Okay, those don't shuffle too badly, but my hands feel like they're a little small to try and actually do it that way, because they're very, very thick paper. So if you like thicker cardstock, it has a good bend on it. It's just this part, oh my gosh, I can't actually like bend it. I'm gonna have to like do this with half the deck. You know what? Let's try to make it smaller. Let's just do half the deck. So if you like shuffling this way, this may not be the deck for you unless you, and to be fair, like I am 5'6". My fingers and my hands are as large as my 6-foot husband. So I am not a short person. So if my hands cannot wrap around this, good luck. Okay. Let's see if we can do that one more time each side. Just get this really nice and shuffled without accidentally. I hate forcing reverse. If it's how I read reverse is if it's accidentally reversed, I will go ahead and read the reverse. If it was purposefully reversed, like I accidentally had the deck upside down when I drew from the top, I'm not going to read the reverse. That's just, oh gosh. Nope, can't do that. It's just too much for me. Okay, let's just cut the deck and then do, is this upside down? Is this upside down? No, it's not upside down. Okay. My first question is, how do you see yourself as a deck? Queen of Light. My second question is, what will our relationship be? Okay, Frankenstein. My next question is, what is your strength as a deck? Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Literally strength. Love it. My third question is, what is your weakness as a deck? 10 of Quills. Interesting. This is 10 of Swords. Interesting. And my next question is, what is a good omen to look out for in the deck? The World. And my next question is, how do you feel about reading for others? 3 of Ink, so that's a yes. And then my last question is, how do you feel about traveling with me? 9 of Quills, possibly negative. But let's check and see what the book says for this. So, Queen of Light, Jane Eyre. You might not possess rank, costly dresses, and other beauty, but you illuminate from within. Companion, warmth, kindness, intuition, healer. So that is how this deck sees itself. Now, what is our relation going to be? The Hermit. Now, typically the Hermit means that introspection, that you've climbed a lot, you start to gain that wisdom. Let's see what. Right here. The Hierophant. Where's the Hermit? Frankenstein. Oh, the tempest within your hermit's heart. Blessed with high dreams and fine sensations, you will find no home among brutish humanity. You may be compelled to flee from the world that you seek to know. Introspection, contemplation, withdrawal, solitude, search for self. Yep, it's pretty accurate. Now, what is your strength? Strength. Love that. You took me very literally, deck. Now this is, the power of a name is a peculiar thing. Today you draw strength. In ages past it would be fortitude in your deck. But for it is not strength of body you need, my dear, but of spirit. Courage, bravery, confidence, self-confidence, inner power. I love your self-confidence. 10 of Quills is your weakness. Heart of Darkness. Your great endeavor, or even an expedition into the depths of the African jungle, has fallen apart, leaving you ruined, lost, and on the brink of collapse. Ruin, failure, bitterness, exhaustion, betrayal. You put your trust in someone, a friend, or a well-known leader, and now you find yourself betrayed. You must learn that you cannot control everything, much less harness the unknown. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that this deck might not be always accurate. Your weakness is either that you trust the deck too much, or maybe it's just not as accurate. Let's see. 9 of Quills. Panic, worry, terror, anguish, gloom. Okay, so not going to be traveling with you. And then finally, The Good Omen as the World, which is Lamort de Arthur, which is my favorite book. Achieveness, wholeness, harmony, belonging, completion. Now, with this one, typically when I ask for a good omen, it also means that if I'm doing a draw and I ask for a clarifying card, because it's a little bit confusing whether or not it's a positive reading or a negative reading, a lot of times the card that I originally asked for as the clarifying card will come up, and this will be the positive omen for me. To know that the reading was meant to be seen in a more positive light. So like the Tower, if I'm pulling something and the Tower could either mean a warning sign, or it could mean that it's inevitable change, but it's going to be good change at the end, which typically I'm more linked to the Death card, but sometimes also the Tower can mean that too. It could also mean the, are you sure you're ready for this? And having that clarifier card come up will tell me, okay, it's going to be big change, but it's for the better. And that's kind of what this card, and you'd be surprised if you ask for that card and you mark it down, how many times this will come up as a clarifier card. But that is the Literary Tarot, and I am absolutely obsessed with how stunning this is. And I hope you enjoyed it as well. Let me know if you're interested in getting this deck.